Okay, let's take a quick look at Homework 2 for 15110 in Spring 19. Here we go. This is the code, starter code. Actually, it's the running solution. I'll take the solution over here so we can see it. And let's just go through the steps. So first, a 500 canvas with a timer delay of 25 milliseconds. And for the timer delay of 25 milliseconds, just in your init, set data.timerDelay equal to 25. Okay, now you want to try to match this pretty closely, okay? This right here. And I'm going to go through and show you each of these first. If P is pressed, the app is paused and ignores all timer fired events until P is pressed again. So go here, I press P, and it says paused. And when I press P again, unpaused. But while it's paused, timer fired events don't happen. So, well, they happen, but we ignore them. So notice in particular the cyan square that we're going to talk about in a little while, it's not moving. Interestingly enough, everything else does work. So we'll learn about things like how to move the circles and this maroon diamond. Those still work. It's just the timer fire that doesn't. When I hit pause again, off we go. Cool. Okay. And you draw paused in a very large font. See, there it is, very large font. Okay. Now, the circles. These are two circles, green and gold. They're both of radius 50. When I hit the right and left arrows, the green circle moves, but notice if I try to go off the edge, it stays at that halfway point. If I try to go up, this is up, 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 up. But this one won't go off more than, so the center always stays on the canvas, and down goes down, 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 and stays on the canvas, okay? Now, if the green and gold circles touch, there, they go back to where they started. So if the gold circle's out of the way, I can go in and back out. But if they touch, bam. By the way, they're touching if the distance between their centers is no greater than the sum of their radiuses, right? Yeah, you might want to think about that one. Cool. Okay. All right, so now, number 3, we're bouncing a 50 by 50 cyan square. Cyan is that blue color, and it's bouncing back and forth along the top of the canvas. And it's got a score inside of it. And the score goes up by 1 if I click inside. So here I go. If I click inside, I get 1, 2. If I miss, nothing happens. But if I click inside, I get a score. By the way, I can pause and click inside and get a lot of points real fast if that really is something that interested me. Again, I can unpause. Okay, cool. Okay. So importantly, when I'm checking if I've clicked inside the square, it's not like checking if I clicked inside a circle, which we did in class, because there we used a distance formula. Here, you can do this without a distance formula. Just make sure that if I click near the corners, that it still counts. But of course, if I'm outside the corners, it doesn't count. Okay. So I'll leave that to you to think about. Next, we have when the mouse is moved, so as long as I'm moving the mouse, okay, that maroon diamond follows the mouse location, okay? Now, that maroon diamond, which we're calling a cursor, is not drawn during a mouse drag, okay? So we'll see what to do in a mouse drag next. When the mouse is pressed, and the press is not inside the cyan square, it'll start this process. An unfilled rectangle with a black outline is drawn. Let me just show you. I press, and as I drag now, notice I'm drawing this unfilled rectangle. Pretty cool? And notice also no maroon cursor, because I'm doing mouse drag right now, not mouse moves. When I release, the rectangle's gone, and the cursor is back. I press and I drag, I release, I press and I drag, and I release. Now the bit about it flipping back on its other side, you sort of get that for free, because the deal is when I press, you're going to keep the location when I press, that's going to be, say, the left and top of the rectangle. And then inside mouse dragged, that location is the right and bottom. But what's interesting is when they flip, tkinter just draws the rectangle the other way. So again, you sort of get that for free. Okay? When I say that the rectangle is no longer drawn, well, if you're going to draw a rectangle sometimes and not other times, you're probably going to want to introduce a variable into data saying whether or not that rectangle is currently drawn. So you might say like data dot rect is drawn, or data dot rubber banding, because that's what this is called, rubber banding. Or you can pick what you want to call it. And when you press the mouse down, I would set that to true. And as I drag, it's still true. But when I release the mouse, I'd set it to false again. Interestingly, you'd only draw the maroon cursor if that was false, right? Because you're either going to get the maroon cursor or you're going to get this rectangle, but never do you get both. Okay? And remember, if I click inside here, I don't get the maroon rectangle. Pardon me, I don't get the black rectangle. Cool. Okay? We may add a bonus, but we'll do that in a separate video. This is all for now. Now, this may seem complicated, but the trick is to break it down into individual pieces. So just get the green circles drawn, then get the green and gold circles, then get them moving. Then maybe just draw the cyan square. And one thing at a time, add one behavior at a time, and build this up over time. Start early and go to office hours if and when you get stuck. Good luck and have fun with it.